Welcome to Morgan's Reviews. Be sure to subscribe for updates.
Hey guys, hate to repeat myself, but if I'm hard to understand, it's because I'm in the process of dental surgery. I'm getting a lot of work done, and I'm not recovered yet. So I only mention that in case you're wondering, why I sound so funny in my teeth. Today we are reviewing SLIKT. Now, SLIKT is a company from the UK. I've never tried it. Never used it. This will be the very first time, so you're going to see my first time using it, my real reaction. Sorry. And I will be honest, I know a lot of reviewers just say they like everything, and they do that so they can get more and more products, but I will not be doing that. It's a little awkward. I'm not in the bathroom. It might look like I'm in the bathroom, but this is actually it's our dog room, and we have like a dog wash station and whatnot behind me. So that's where I am. So I just have a bowl of hot water. We'll get through this. I'll be using head blade, Head Slick. That's their shaving cream. I'll be doing a review on that as well. So nothing fancy. I'm just going to basically do a review of SLIKT. I'm going to use it live, and well, not live, but I'm going to use it unedited, shave my head, and then give you my opinion and any little comments as I'm using it. I do have to keep taking sips because I suffered from dry mouth from my treatment. So I apologize. Okay. So first I'm going to wet my head. And obviously if the video is long and boring, this is not for everyone. That's fine. You can fast forward ahead to see my opinion on the actual product or not. I'm just going to wet my head. Obviously, it's better when you're in the bathroom, shirt off, or in the shower, and use pre-shave oil and whatnot. But in this case, for the review, I'm just wetting my head. I'm going to put some shaving cream on and then go to town. Okay, some Head Slick here. Okay. Oh, and I also should have mentioned, it might look just at quick glance that, the guy's already bald. Now he's going to review a shaver and he's going to shave a head that's already bald. There's actually about 3.5 days growth. And just with the light above me and whatnot, yeah, it looks like that, but it's actually long enough that if you put your hand on my head and you can feel the hair shifting left to right, you know what I mean? So they're there, and they're more than long enough. I would never go that long. I only did so for the review, but it may look like, oh, he's just shaving a bald head, but no. If I went up close to the camera before I added this, or I can even use this tool to scrape some off, just so you can see. And if I go close, there's bristle there, like it's a good 3.5 days growth of bristle. So I don't want you to think that, oh, the guy's completely bald, he shaved his head before he started filming, and now he's going to say, oh, this blade works absolutely perfect. No, 3.5 days growth. And if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. I mean, years ago I did e-juice reviews, but that was just, you were just like subjectively talking about what it tasted like, the flavor, how it tasted. This is completely different. This is using a product. This is completely unedited. You're using a product and then you're giving your opinion. You know what I mean? And obviously there's people that are really good at editing videos and they can make it look really nice and they superimpose images and stuff. I don't do that. I just hit record, you know what I mean? So, okay. So, this is the product in the package. It comes in a pack of 3. This is the actual product. It's very small, handheld, disposable blade. It's not a fancy, it's not like one of these devices where it's like a fancy electric head shaver. This is a disposable system, like $9.50, $10 UK. The company's out of the UK, so in their currency, it's around $9, $10 of their currency for a 3-pack. So it's pretty affordable, but disposable. Now, how this goes is you could probably hold it. Just if you look at it, the orange is a soft. The contours around your head. It's like a soft rubber, the orange side. And the gray side is a hard plastic. You can hold it like that, or I believe it's meant to, you put your finger on each side of it, and then you hold it in your hand like that. So then you're basically just rubbing, your head. So again, an optimal thing is when you wet your scalp, you get it really hot, you use pre-shave oil and then you rinse that off and then you add some hot water and then your shaving cream. I've already been talking. I can feel my head's cold now, but it's got shaving cream still on it. So I'm just going to do it this way. And this might look funny, but I might have to put my glasses on just to see a little bit. But all right, here goes. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to put it like that between my fingers. And this is literally the first time using it. So, I mean, who knows? We'll see. And you go like this. Okay, so right now I'm not liking this. And that's because of me. My fingers are so thick that by holding it like this, my hand is contacting my scalp before the blade, and I'm having to push. I'm having to push harder than I want just to try to get to shave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it differently. I'm just going to hold it like this now and try it like that, because I definitely don't like how that feels. So that way, oh yeah, see? So that way if I do it like that, I'm not holding it the way I think it's designed to be held. And that's just because my fingers are thicker. So I guess by me holding it like this, I don't know how to explain that, but my actual fingers are sticking out beyond the orange part that's supposed to contour. So holding this under running water would be easier for cleaning the blades, but I'm just dipping it in a bowl here. So, and I'm just holding it like this now. I'm just holding it, if you can see, because I need to make it so it contacts properly. Also, in case you can't tell, this is a double blade. You know how some have 4 blades, 5 blades, 100 blades. This is a double blade system. Twin blade, double blade, whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely if you can see right here, I've gone 3-4 times there. it's not catching. So you see right here, I'm pushing pretty hard. It's not catching that. And I'm going this way and it's not catching. And I have to tell you, it's not as if I have a major dent in my head. I don't. But for some reason, I've taken just a cheap disposable blade and gone there and it's caught. So I think possibly, you know what, I'm going to try using, I'm definitely not liking, like right there's a huge spot it didn't catch, but it's super smooth here. But that's kind of weird. I went over that spot about 3 times, and right here, that's like a large area, probably like about that big. It didn't really catch anything, but I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to actually just wipe all this off, and I'm going to try a gel just to see if that makes a difference. I'm going to try a gel. Spoiler alert, one of my favorite ones is this right here. It's called Tomb 45. And I actually saw a review on another channel, Beards and Threads. I mean, that guy has forgotten more than I know. So, I mean, check out his channel. It's incredible. And he reviewed this, and because of that, I bought this off Amazon, and oh my god, I absolutely love it for so many reasons. I'll talk about that in a different review. But I'm going to re-wet my head. Again, this is all like probably one of the worst reviews you've seen, but it's just me being honest and you seeing me use it for the very first time. I'm going to re-wet my head. Oh, you can see a little bit of the residue of the other stuff, but that's fine. This gel is going to really help. It's a green gel, but it goes on clear. You're not going to see that right now because there's actually a little bit of the other stuff still on my head, right? Which is fine. But the gel really makes a nice slick surface. But either way, normally it goes on clear. And what I like about the gel is, especially if you're doing anything on your face and you're doing lines or patterns, you can see where you're shaving and where not to because it goes on clear. So it doesn't cover visually your facial hair, so you can see the lines that you want to hit because it goes on clear. And then as you're shaving, especially your head, you just dip your hand in water and then and it just kind of lubricates your head without losing the gel. It's really, really nice. And that's Tomb 45. I'll do a separate review on that. Okay, now we're going back to this SLIKT out of the UK. It's a twin blade disposable system. Okay. Now, see if I notice a bit of a difference. Oh, it's shaving a lot nicer right now. Oh yeah, and that even went cleaner. Still not catching that area right there, which is weird. Don't know why. But the part that it's catching, super smooth. Like that's BBS, right? Like that's really smooth. And this is fast. Like, obviously, it didn't look fast at first because I was tinkering around and whatnot and yapping and talking. And then I put on the cream that it didn't really seem that good with that cream. And I don't think it... But now I'm using it with the gel and it just seems to be sliding a lot better. Getting really, really, really smooth. Not to be, I'm still not impressed here though. Like that doesn't normally happen. Let me go over to this side. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's pretty aggressive. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Aggressive meaning you could feel it cutting. You can feel it grabbing the hair. It's not pulling the hair. It's cutting it. But I'm getting the same thing there. Now maybe that's just my head, but in all honesty, from the time I was 24 until I was 29, I used to shave my head. So I shaved it for 5 years, and then I stopped. And then recently, because of the radiation and the chemo, I lost hair at the back. So the back of the hairline was really stupid looking. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to shave my head again. So it's not as if I've never shaved my head before. And I've used everything from cheap $2 disposable, no-name blades to fancy electric head shavers. And this is the very first time I've had such a large spot on my head that it hasn't caught. I'm going to try the back a bit. Put some gel on this. Okay. What I like about this is you don't really have to use a mirror as far as trying to get the back, because it feels more natural. It's not like holding a blade where you have to worry about the angle, right? Like when you're, I don't have one on me, but you know when you're holding a typical blade you shave your face with, when you're holding it, you always have to worry about that angle when you're shaving the back of your head. Make sure you don't go. This, you don't have to. You can just push it and go. Push it up against the base of your neck and go up, and the angle is just there, right? So that's a bonus. Yeah, see, you just like literally just put it on the back of your neck, not having to use a little mirror to look or nothing, and you just run up, and you just run up your head, you know. That's a real nice. I don't know if they thought about that or if that was a reason for this, but to me that's a nice feature. Now let me, oh yeah, okay, that's obviously I would be able to shave my head a lot faster if I was in the bathroom and, you know, not talking and doing a video, worrying about, you know, stopping and checking spots and whatnot. Usually what you do is you just shave your whole head and then you rinse off and then you put a second pass, and during the second pass is when you get all the little tiny spots you missed. But in this case I'm feeling and talking and whatnot, but yeah, it's definitely can you see? Okay, so I did, you can't see, but the back of my head pretty well from the middle over to the ear. So I basically did the whole left half of the back of my head, and there's a good sized spot that, I don't know if you could tell, but you know how your head dips? So there's a good sized spot, probably about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches in height and about 2 inches wide, that it did not get. And I was pressing pretty hard. So, but the parts it did get, it's not that I'm trying to make it a positive spin. I'm just being 100% honest. It missed a lot of spots. And this is just a first pass, but even for a first pass, I don't usually have that much missed spots. So I'm not going to finish. The water's gone cold, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I jump in the shower, I'm going to go in the bathroom, and from the top of my beard and up, get the exact spots I need, and then I'm going to get all the spots that I missed, and then get a perfectly clean shave, then wait 3-4 days before I do my next review. But before I hit stop, I have to give you my opinion. I actually have several. Would I buy this? No. Is it not worth? Like, is it no good? No, it's good. But I'm going to tell you what issues I have with it, and why I wouldn't buy it. But I'll also tell you what I think, my opinion, what would make this probably great. First of all, the blade, let me just wipe it down. The blade is on this side right here. So you have to go this way, right? So when you're shaving, you have to shave this way. And then you have to turn it around in your hand to shave that way. So what I would like to see is a blade on both sides, right? So you could literally hold it, and when you're going this way, it's shaving, and then when you get to the back of your head, you could simply, without having to reposition it, without having to turn it around or take it out of your hand, you can go, once you get to the top of your head, you could kind of skip, once you get to the top of your head, you could skip and come down to the base of your neck, and then you could pull up, right? And then when you're doing the side, you could literally come up and then down, like back and forth. Do you know what I mean? So you would be shaving twice as fast, essentially, because you'd be getting it both ways. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So if they had a blade on both sides, to me that would be better. And for some reason, when I hold it the way you're supposed to hold it, in between your fingers like that, my fingers protrude, making it pretty well impossible. It's frustrating and it's impossible. But as soon as I hold it like this, I can get a BBS, very smooth shave. So yes, it gives you a good shave, very good shave, very close, very smooth, but you have to, like MacGyver, the way you're holding it to get that smooth shave. If I could simply just hold it like this, the way it's designed to hold and get that smooth shave, that would be a little bit better. But I don't understand why it's skipping over and missing so many little spots. And I think it could be the arc might be a little bit, if you look from here to here, I think the arc is a little too much. So unless your head is this big, right, it's I think the arc is a little too much. So what's happening is if your head even has a slight dip right here or here, that arc is causing that to get missed, and it's getting missed both ways. Because I went this way with it, I went this way with it, and then I went on an angle this way, and as I was moving, I could not get it, and I can still feel it right there. And I've literally taken like those cheap blue disposable blades, and on the first pass got that exact same area. So I think it comes down, and I could be wrong, but I think it comes down to the arc. I think the arc is a little bit too pronounced, and it's causing those spots to get skipped over. That's my opinion. I would like to see a blade on both sides so I can go back and forth for a faster shave. And I would like to see less of an arc so I don't have patches that I'm not able to get. Aside from that, the actual blades, I like the fact that it's a double blade. I don't like always having to have 4 or 5 blades. I find the double blade rinses out easier. You can clean out the hair easier in between swipes. So I do like the double blade. The blade's very sharp. It cuts really, really close, but it misses a lot of spots. And I think it might be because it's got a very sharp curve. And that rubber orange contour misses the mark a little bit if you have chunky fingers, like thick fingers. If you don't, then it would probably work a lot better. So not so much for me, but this might be a good one for you. I don't rank them out of 10 or anything like that, but as far as is it worth it? They're affordable. $9.50, $10 for a 3-pack. Definitely give it a try. There's a link in the description. For me, I would pass only because I've tried it, and with my particular head shape, skull, whatever you want to call it, I've got several spots that I missed that I did go over. I went over multiple times on different angles, and it wasn't getting it. It's not as if I missed it, and which happens, right? You miss it, and then you get it on your next attempt. The only reason I'm mentioning it is I missed it several times. Like, I don't know if you noticed, play the video back, but there's an error right here. I was like, oh my God, and I could not even get it. So, probably rambling, and I'm sorry for that, but this might be a perfect one for you, or you might run into problems the way I did, depending on your finger size, and if the arc causes you to miss certain spots, especially if you're missing the same spots on each side of your head. That's the way your head shaped, right? It's not this fault. It's just, it makes it so the blade might not be for me. I would like to see one with less of an arc, blade on both sides, go back and forth. But I don't rank them out of a 10 or nothing, but that's just my opinion. It's not for me, but it might be for you. As far as the actual blade, when it does make a connection, completely baby butt smooth. Okay, you guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next review. Bye.